Never possible. What a color. Molle bo fo kan dron ka fo ko mama kandele be lafta ka join baro wata kala no ani baro fo ma hani ko o fo mama e ko
okay yo le dira
le be jimbar ndol le ngalo mun be je so baro ni mama e meta nyola la man ka birin shainda meta le ka birin ta mun ifin ya jamme fo be gambia meta nyola meta politique ka man le temala so wolta kala no ko linde Nyanta kan mentala nga try be linti ga jo mako e no banko e ta nyato nga jibe me yalon ka sa banko sambona e funding kel nga nyanto dila banko dingol la nyanto dila nga try ngo mako e weta wolen dol be mako e wolen dol be
al tolla kam menketa mama kandela kamti al tolla mun agenda le bal bulu toward Gambians mun agenda lel bal nal nata in power
asia battle Gambian no
ah
wasi ya battle ada kondilano
oh okay no problem
wasi ya battle wata kondilano
okay asia tale
dolga doko kala me alon ko hanan ramman fi folo be doko kan because mbuga je ko ha man sakar le basir man sakar le basir ya faham la dolga doko kon kala bi fo man fi folo
okay
yes ni tara combo nyar mama kandalon kambo itara combo itara jara itara badibo yedda da nyinen ga mama kande salon ngara project so to jema ko ay menke bonkole ay menke sate mo le ay menke bobbi mo le je me alon ko mama kande la yo ke je siya badal
boholo la bohol so fo
boholo la yo bohol jamala sing after ay bladol bije fo me alon ko ha ayol ma ko membe ko atundi ko ka fa nyadil ayol ma ko membe ko machine tourangol ya fam le ani nyin tractor me alon ko tourang tractor me alon ko sa seno ke ayo sama bolongo na jama la sate jamal le to ya fam le o de ko sembo tabul sante nyaay sembo soro men gal wala be ci ala wodi
bake
so abuka ate ku kelen ate di ala ko di andinte wala nante bala parti to because abuka jibe itam karlete itam nyin kisi karlete itam nyin si karlete ya fam le even kombo gunjur ala ci amano lumbi je wo ise mandinka ala ci amano kombo gunjur mandinko la
okay
andu mol babulu jele so nyatra ga si foton so la jibe to na to tala apta badung le tala bare ajo ko nafata wala ajo ko nyina nyanda ka lo jang ya fam le baraka ba ke la ka cha very important mo be ko
Sedili Seku isela Michael ke on
assalamu alaikum gamza baba mba memo be kontona. Thank you for a healthy discussion. I made a lamoiro la jang malafika selenu jam but left observation on the first on it as a moderator. Confusion okay because ngaja molka for mo nyanto la agenda le wafila. Ngamra ni program obekala ngak exclusively momo nata jang sile agenda but near general discussion or sort of upon it on open forum where people come up through different points definitely waleka India Malta ke dilute where these arguments will happen for more the Sonkala. So and I see some people saying here on the comment section more until agenda wafila but yeah any media even neither normal conventional platforms even on a panel discussion topic you have to set the topic. So if your topic is about agenda and UDP we have Molka for 5-point agenda we have 12-point agenda. We have 12-point agenda. We don't have a 5-point where it's just picked from the 12. Well, I know 5-point command. So, and again, no brother Nyancho, Maladi Amola American. This is not having a go at him. But number Diamola, we have to challenge one another. What is part of democratic discourse? Akafoleko 6 decades, particularly Maladi Jumalela, because Gambia Mansakunda Sabalesoto. Mansakunda follow away 3 decades like what on PPP 3 decades. Yaya Jame 2 decades like plus 2 years, 22 years. Okay, so that takes 3 plus 2 is 5. So UDP in Dolmanta decade in power. So let me make this correction because y'all need a diamola. You can for the same party or level for 6 decades, but not a government what is less than a decade because you can from the local government. Okay, Mundumal and local government. It's not even a decade. So but you know all the time, ha level for 6 decades. You talk about PPP and APRC, which together only 5 decades complete. We're involving a basic manslaughter, basic arithmetic. Because we need a diamo like try to sensationalism. Oh, 6 decades, 6 decades. Let's stop that. Okay? NPP will be almost how many years? We came a government from 2016 to 2019. Central government, 3 years. Local government last 2022 side up to now.
Malian Muntas about police. Bring
okay. Local government 2022 local government election to now. Less than 5 years. Where is this 6 decades? Where does it apply to us? Because don't be opposition, need not administration. Lavera more explain 6 decades. How does it apply to UDP? Because local government we are even less than 5 years there. You understand it? So at the end of the day, diamol nibe kelarek ni mo mobile agenda wa fila agenda. I have no problem when I afoko ni party ma agenda so my policy so. Namira what is completely wrong. Afoko I don't subscribe to their policies. Ni koko UDP nte la policies man convince. Go money man yana nyo sabala wala because here right to afoko nte UDP la policies man convince. Nte seriously I have the 12-point agenda but ning topic over kala because ning kombe be read la jang. Gonna spend time. I have the 12-point agenda but ning topic. Oh, so it's echoing. So anyway, so love it remember this idea. But Albeno Diamola, there was a guy who came here meaning Sikuo Samanang. Wale Diamo Samanan Sikuo. Ako molka for UDP molka for the Carto de la UDP la become mandinga patiola. So somebody Nyanjo was trying to downplay that. But come on, let's be fair to one another. What is the fact? After 2021. Gums up and don't be online jan nga molje safero ko Facebook for thank God amun guri resource. People wrote on their timelines. We have screenshots of that. You understand?
Some moderator you boy. You ma watch rek bro. Some moderator you boy. You
so, man. No guys, right. Man, hold on. Moderators, please.
You ma watch rek bro.
Please. Moderators, stop doing that.
Don't Bulenko watch it. He has a right to be on the platform.
Moderators, calm them down. Calm them down. So, moderators, stop bringing people down, you know. Yes, you go on, bro.
Yeah, so love it diamla you see kola. So nibe diamala foko mobe ka foko nte boga UDP against amanke because ngolka for UDP bandika but itela point but ka want Gambia was a fallacy because after 2021 ndolme melbe diaspora when was a very difficult period for UDP because ndolnga feel go we were so much looking forward to 2021 toltara Gambia a campaign ke moli aje ko UDP's got the momentum mole molnata in that mood some people were celebrating for thank God amun guri sose they are Facebook auto. Just because of why it's got thank God we don't have UDP government, fine, but why thank God don't have good resources? And let me ask everybody on this panel. Let's all be fair. Jumala nana ye doi commandi as a wall of party. Anamano soto Gambia. Jumala nana ko mama Kandela party o commandi fula party la. Jumala nana ye APRC commandi jola party la. Munanda UDP single-handedly ka for party source. Why? Lavida Mole jail answer. Because, and this has been going on. This has been going on for how many years? We have lived up with this.
Okay, let me attempt. Can I attempt?
So no, Nyancho, allow me to learn because you want to budget.
You ask a question. Okay.
No. I asked everybody else, only you. I said how many people? Okay. Everybody in this panel. So people are listening. No, okay. Because there is no party in Gambia. Namana mo APRC commande jola party la. Namananke. Party Jolala. Anamana soto. Because he useno dabo mo manding quality. Atelam UDP la leader ti wala ne kanyi manding kaya shuti and the UDP la. But yaya jame jola leti. Mama kande mlo leti. So niatra mbita flo Halifa Sallah mal fo fulolo fo surualomba. Esa fal mu surualeti. So for would it be fair nga foko Sobeyaa me party all of there. No. But if Nyanjo you can answer the question and I want a direct answer. Is there any party that they align the party to the tribe of the leader apart from UDP? That's a simple question I have.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to borrow a page from CASA's assessment. You can ask your question, but you cannot tell me how to answer the question. So listen to my response.
No. I'm not CASA.
No. Okay, let me respond.
I answer. No. It is
what I said. No.
Hold on.
Easy.
Ndela time lo ngete nyininka answer my question. Don't bring CASA issue here.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine. Fair point. Now,
Yeah.
Easy, man. You know? Okay. The reason I said that, because I don't want us to focus on that. I know that is something that you cannot completely eradicate from people's minds. But we have so many problems that we ought to be talking about right now. That was the only reason I said that. So, yes, it's true. What you are saying, I don't know. Let's be realistic. It don't sound like you. Maybe na namaninga kango man senea. Why would I sit or listen to people berating Mandinkas? The dimina. Because I was born in the Combos.
You are digressing. You are digressing.
No. Let one go. You asked the question.
No, but
So
you are
what I'm
digressing.
trying
I didn't say that you belittle Mandinkas.
No. You asked a question that
My question
everybody
is,
attacks.
is there any other party that they call the leader that tribe it comes from? Simple.
Easy.
No, but you are wasting time. I have never said you call Mandinkas, you are belittle Mandinkas. Answer my question.
No, I didn't say that. Please listen to what I'm saying, please.
Yeah.
First of all, let's try to tone it down a little bit if it's possible. Let's just try. I know we are all passionate. Let's try and tone it down a little bit. This is our country. We are all passionate about our country. Yes, I hear people say that about UDP. It's a fact.
You are not answering the question.
You're not answering the question. This is the problem. Everybody knows you're not answering the question.
No. You said, I said yes. I hear people say that yes, then to just allow me to answer the question. But there's no reason.
No, simple answer. You are taking 5 minutes to answer.
Because
you are profiting. You are just profiting to take the time.
Okay, you can take my time.
Nyanso, it is a simple question.
Okay, go ahead. Then let me stop.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Look. I asked a very basic question.
I can answer your question.
Party in Gambia, it can mean commandi like other parties can commandi ila siola ila leader but a damning. That's a simple. It should take 2-3 seconds to answer that question.
Yes, They called PDOIS as a Surwa party because someone even tell me into my face, if you people don't remove Halifa Sallah, I will not vote for him because he's a Wolof.
There you go.
Okay, I've never heard that, but that's
my case.
Okay, Mr. PDOIS, sorry, Melon name remember. Yalon, the thing is, you may have generally.
No. You wanted a response, a direct response. The guy had responded to you directly. Now say what? Now say you.
But are you the moderator, Nyancho? Is Nyancho the moderator?
You asked a question. You weren't expecting a response.
No, you are too much.
Nyancho, I'm talking to the PDOIS guy.
You're moderator. You're letting them let him answer question. Legi kenen answer.
Nyancho, you are too much.
Legi answer.
You are allowing Nyancho to dictate your platform.
You are the one talking. I asked everyone to mute their mics. Why they're opposing?
But Nyancho, the problem, this is what he does when he go to any platform. He will just jump in. Mr. Peter, he didn't answer the question, which he could have answered because he was just...
correction and answer.
No. He was running in circles and the PDOIS guy came within 30 seconds to answer the questions. That's what they call brilliance. Simple answer. Okay? When they ask a question, don't beat around the bush. Okay, Mr. PDOIS, thank you. Okay, you said DOI. So I'm sure a lot of people are here. This is not new to only me, but I'm sure even Gomsa Bopa, most people never heard PDOIS being called a Wolof party. Let's be honest. Let us not downplay our politics. The only party that is affiliated to a tribe in Gambia on public space for Dunia Beya Longolo UDP. Mafoko supporter dotetolo afoko nyimu sura party whatever. But on a general scale, ndenamana moy Gambia kafoko PDOIS is party social. I'm hearing it for the first time, and I think this will be news to a lot of people. But the fact that UDP is social party, that's news to you. Come on, let's not.
Anyway, UDP. Let me add a little bit on that. That's one-on-one.
Yeah.
Whoa, UDP Mayafai is one-on-one. It's different. Coming Melkata in public. Kafuko li party social. Bobu one-on-one la. Bobu doing ko count. Come what doibi. Kuku one-on-one la. So it's not counted.
So thank you.
It's not counted. When you want more, you there want to have the general public. Well, you def ko lo hamne.
Exactly. Even party mobile force. Tahaw na si platform. Mune amna bena party fi. Nyon suñu wine. Dinañ jaha olofi. Dinañ jaha jolay. Dinañ jaha yenen heti. Poli. Why musuñu wax na Halifa Sallah su wine dañoo da. So let's follow. This stereotyping is only on UDP. And this is the this is unfair.
Balangin this story ah.
Yeah.
Baro hana du sose.
Baro sose la di.
Let me understand.
Baro, no deglo ba. Baro muna sose la. Why Baba Lee tam gena na fi muna baro pol la. So I don't know which is which.
No, man luma ham moine. Papa sose la yaya mo neka pol.
No, my brother.
You see, this is my point. This is exactly my point. People speak.
Nyancho, daglul. Nyancho, yo don't call them too much. Nyancho dafa for the mom. Muna overcome nyop. Mom waham moy tahaw. Lol tahaw.
He's trying to call out why it's a problem.
So when you young people direct. Give us any chance, please.
No, bro. Look, man, how malawai, wahala man ag respect. Ni luma wax la ñoo wax. Bul ko jël nga focus ci man. Ñi egg nañ ndaw ci saga na ma famara ngi ni tok. Dañ waxante dëgg yow mag nga. Mag dafa wax dëgg. Te am na loo xam ne bu ko wax soko waxee dina ko
yow léegi man fekk na ma fi. Da nga ne mag dafa wax dëgg. Da loolu fekk. Waaw fekk na fi léegi lo ma waxee mag dafa wax dëgg mel ni loolu dafa ma fi fekk. Yow yaa ma xamut. I found
stop this too. Nyancho be more the host. Nyancho be more the host, Sana.
Nyancho, you're
the control of platform.
Nyancho, 1 minute, right? Mo explain. Yo hamuloma. Why farms hamnama man. Lolu suma fi fekkon ma dégg ko dina ko adresse comme ni numa égué adresse luma adresse yo xamulo ma nak way ma ngi don déglu yeneen yi nga xamné yo ya fi nekkon di wax ci kaw di wax ne duñ ko war nangu ni lañu def ni di bu ko forcer nit yi yow goma lo gom rek way bul forcer nit yi ne li mo wara am
thank you
problème bi de nekk wax hakay xamal tama lolu
man suma viewpoint non ara man tam dina la may man tam déglul man suma def man dama am noppi dama def suma viewpoint man noppi man lo la def
okay Gomza Baba, can I suggest something Gomza Baba?
Okay, Nyanjo
yes
Nyancho so ci ma wax la lolu bal ma wax la lo xamne
bul ma
okay Gomza Baba can I suggest something
yo fogg na da nga jël sa garab
koto bro ñëw ma ñëw na fi I waited for about 20 minutes bala ma wax ben word even kassa bu doon amé debate I was here I muted I never jump into discussion. I think we should have decorum. No matter how you are passionate, so anyway, even if you're hard for 20 minutes, you should not jump in. And if somebody's having a conversation with another person, you have no right to jump in. I was having a conversation with the DOI guy. Nyancho, the forward nopi, the new Joko platform. Otherwise, we are not in a marketplace.
I don't take orders from you. I don't take orders from you. Just say what you have to say, please.
Lady Nyancho, can we do it like this? Sukiana diwa, na nyep techen mics.
Exactly.
Fine. Not so seriously. Are you kidding me?
I am not making an order. I'm making a suggestion.
Okay, Nyancho.
Because I'm not in a military institution to give an order.
Teko, what you were saying is very right.
Exactly. I think he is educated. You can't have janga. We are not in a military institution to give an order.
This is what I'm saying, fam. I'm not defense from above. Why would
let's move on, man. Let's move on. Because you use your own terminologies like order.
No, Pamara.
I'm not in a military institution.
Okay,
order. Okay, let's carry on. So, Maluma Warek, Parana si agenda UDP ñun lu ñoo bëgg moy coalition gom sa boppa ñun am nañ interest ci coalition.
Okay.
UDP ñun Gambia rek lañ gis. Just like any other party will say Gambia nga gis. Dégg nañ my comrade and a brother from GDC party boo xam ne we have very cordial working relationship with GDC ak UDP bu ñëwee ñu ngi work together ñëpp gis nañ suñ bopp as an opposition. Gis nga dama dee dégg ñu ne ñun si local government dégg la ñun si local government looloo tax ma ne ñun Gambians we are rare breed of people gis nga Sénégal fii Ousmane Sonko balaa mu nekk si government fan la nekkoon Ousmane Sonko was an MP and he could have also been scrutinized because he was elected. While opposition in Senegal, we are not scrutinizing Ousmane Sonko, ñoom yëpp kan lañ jublu woon mooy Macky Sall. While Gambia rek laa dee gis ñu ne yow yaa ngi si opposition, while beneen opposition because ñu ngi si local government, di nga la scrutinize. Loolu lan la dee isi mooy xaaral ba time in local government ñëw. Gis nga we are now heading to 2026. 2026 presidential election is due. 2027 we will have the local government election. So 2027 no, then you have right to campaign against whoever UDP's candidate is going to be because for KMC it's not going to be Talib. Talib 10 years the first step down. Rohi the first step down. Kiamani Yankuba mom the 10 years. 2 times,
sorry. Sorry.
Yeah.
For that stepping down, yen UDP and yen ko step low down nakala fa deme because no
UDP new policy is this 2 term we take it very seriously. This is not UDP. Hamga lolota it's laughable when you hear people say we don't have policy. We are the okay, let me not say we are the first party because as far as I know, 2 term manifesto even before this 2 term came into the constitution. Bala ñu dugo ko ci draft constitution UDP manifesto ku dem nga read ko 2 term mo fa nekka ku serve 2 terms suñu la elected 2 term lolo ta mayor Bensouda mu ne 2 terms dafa wacce Rohi Lo mu ne 2 terms dafa wacce amna ne Yankuba tamit su defé 2 terms dafa wacce because lolu mo not before you are elected because ñene dañu wax ne Alhaji Ousainou Darboe mu fa ba légui he is not elected in the government yet. When he is elected in a public position lo xamne dañ ko fay Alhaji Ousainou Darboe man believe na ne sax su defee 1 time sa do dem at 2 times but even if he does he's not going to pass 2 times.
Yan li ngeen agree
no musi manifesto bi mu do agreement musi sona our manifesto.
Can I ask a question on that?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, that's fine.
I read UDP's manifesto. I skipped that part. If you have it with you, can you read it where it says that an elective people, because UDP have a constitution, it can contain in the constitution. The manifesto will only show the aim that if they came to power...
It's in the constitution rather. I beg your pardon, it's the constitution. You're right.
Because
yes, it's the constitution. It's not the manifesto.
I did not see it there. It's
the constitution. Sorry for correcting me.
If you are elected,
constitution manifesto can easily be confused. Yes, it's in the constitution of UDP, not the manifesto. Thank you. Okay. So it's in our constitution. This 2 term, okay, it's there. It's in our constitution. I cannot remember the relevant section, but if anybody believes me, if I pull the manifesto out, I can send you the screenshot of that. So 2 times is in our constitution. Our elected officials respect that. Even before government of the Gambia, do consider draft constitution. So it's not we have ideas, but we are not opportune to have a fully fledged UDP government. Because they government. That was government in Bolola, where we had only 4 ministers out of 18. Would you call that a UDP government? 4 ministers out of 18? I think everybody knows basis mark. What is 4 out of 18, percentage-wise? Okay? That's about less than 25%. So you cannot say that UDP was 100% UDP government when we have 4 ministers. Okay? So, lumay wax moy, ñun Gambia lañ gis, te we have brilliant ideas. Gis nga, I am not being arrogant. Why ku am UDP, nga xam Dr. Lamin Mane, ko xam ne liggéey na ADB nga xam Oli Diba Wada liggéey na ADB nga xam lot of smart people ñoo xam ne ñoom karam our diaspora is full of experts, our economic experts. Nga foog ne UDP ñunu amuñ agenda yow da nga war a xool sa bopp. You can just say you don't subscribe to agenda, just like man I read this nga man balaa ma jox UDP when I was independent ba ma nekkoon freedom there were 2 parties that I had in mind. 2 parties. I was going to join PDOIS or UDP. And I read their policies. Man, I'm an economist by profession. UDP's policy on liberalization, that's what I am more attuned with. Free market policy. Malola gum. All right? I believe in that. So that drifted me away from the socialism side. But I have a lot of respect for PDOIS leadership. And that's why when I was making that decision, a lot of people thought that I was even going to join DOI. Because I was very critical of UDP. Bomanekon freedom. Ken Halatuna did not join UDP. But Louis Motama join UDP. So UDP, if you don't read their manifesto, please demanga read ko. Demanga read suñu constitution bi. Balanga ñew fi di wax ne all these parties have been there for 6 decades. They are not selling anything. There is nothing that is going to be sold here today. Okay? So, okay?
Just say what you got to say.
Nyanjo, if you talk, people have the right to reference you.
No, if you say something about me, I will stop you and I'll respond.
Well,
You can respond.
No,
No, come to Baba.
Hara may 2 minutes.
Hey, this media banter back and forth is nothing new to us. It's something that we have been for the past 10 years now. Okay? There is nothing that is going to come that's going to make us. If you want, you can come and do million rebuttal or even go online and reboot. It's not going to move me. But if you talk, people have a right to respond to your statements. That's not personal. That's a discussion. What would have been a problem if I went personal against you? There's a private mbirla. But they say who said somebody else in this panel has a right to reference that. Lolo to discussion. Lolo discussion. Why should we take things personally? I didn't sagomala. If you talk about 6 decades, the Lord have I have a right to reference that. Lulu, lala need wara merci Lulu. Because discussions, PDOIS guys will just reference to my constitution and correct me. He corrected me and I thank him for that. When I see manifesto constitution and I appreciate that. So he has a right to reference to what I say. Limo at discussion. So new UDP, I'm the agenda. PDOIS has got solid policies and programs, and I don't think there is nothing going to be new in terms of policies in Gambia that none of these parties have sold. I don't see, because if it is about skills, ñu ko njëkk bind ci suñu 5-point agenda. About skills, we said we will establish 10 skill centers in the country. UDP ñoo ko njëkk wax before anybody speak about it. So feel like Daniel, and I think this kind of discussions gums up su fekkee ne yow da nga open panel discussion, just let's say
PDOIS
agenda can do in the
dama may 2 minutes rek su ki pare xam naa yama jitu yeen ñepp ma jitu sax
anyway go ahead.
Wa mom la
man pare na, thank you very much.
Wa jërëjëf wa léegi ñancho allow order okay so léegi man suma waxtaan mu ngi ñëw ko Jallow loko laajoon Jallow ku nekkoon waaw so moom ok da ko laajte ne ko ne comme ni yan policy ngeen am pour lifin waaye moom lu mu wax ne loolu mooy policy waaw mu ne education ak lifin la gaay bugg a taxaw pour lifin man lu ma jaaxal mooy ADS yëpp defuñ ci dara ba léegi mu ne si loolu la gaay bugg a taxaw man mënuma understand loolu yow kooku sax policy sax yu gaay am sax billahi xamul ne gaay am nañ ay policy because moom lu mu wax ne loolu mooy policy ak lan mooy lifin nekkul benn so man lu tax buggu man suñ ma laajee lu tax na NPP dem mun naa lim yoo xam ne 5 yoo xam ne wala 4 yoo xam ne nekkuñ di dox te loolu dafa war a dox benn education is the poorest in the history of Gambia. There's nothing have been done. Medical sector is the poorest. Youth and sport is the poorest. Agriculture is the poorest. Fisheries, suñu wàlli nappa bi dafa dellu gannaaw soo jógee foofu nga dem transportation GPTC nu mu meloon dafa dee pat rice mill waxuñ ko GPM bi waaw man la su ma nekk ku nekk suma gannaaw moo nekk di make noise moo tax ma bëgg a profiter rek lifin génn fi so léegi nag pour man yooyu fact yooyu ñoo waroon a nekk yoo xam ne nii di waroon nañ ci taxaw ba pare yooyu doxul te yooyu waxuma sécurité sax waxuma ko waaye boobu moom su ma ko waxtee sax ñoo xam nañ naka la mel soo yooyu yëpp benn doxut ci léegi yow wax ma lan moo dox ma may ñeneen ñooñu lifin bi ko xam nga rek noise baa ngi bëri ci
Famara doma allow rek bala ma faté suma thoughts ma respond to Seydi Lee's 15 minutes rant
buñ fi su nekkee everything ñanco nga bëgg a respond ñu demal buñ di
yo man waxuma yow Famara la
déedéet femmes li because su nekkee ne ñanco moom anything luñ war a li waxtaan rek la waxtaan la
non wa waxtaan la akay dëgg la loolu
tax ma leeral rek dama la ko ñaan anything ne xaar ma respond
my sister
ma nekk ci suuf nga jël keneen dégg nga
no daf ma tax fam déglu rek déglu
it's a panel discussion
fams balal ma rek bro man duma la dee sonal yow loo ma wax dama ko dee def
it's my turn anyway it's my turn
it's your turn sorry I'm sorry for okay am nga man lu ma waxoon dinaa ko waxaat mu leer may ma some minutes dama la ñaan rek min li na ko may 15 minutes please xëy na 5 du ko ega man maa fi wax ne te dinaa ko waxaat Mane dama believe ne for 6 decades in the Gambia, the political class, number one, ñoom ñu jël ko ñu moomale ko seen boppa. Number one. Déglu bu baax de. Dama ne the entire political class of the Gambia have failed the Gambian people for 60 decades. Mu ne Jawara, Yaya Jammeh, du gën a fele, xanaa UDP nga wax. Ñii lu ma wax, ñii suma saxatee sax, ñu ne man ñoom laa wax. So mënuma understand. Man Gambia moo ma ñor. That for the first time, gis naa a candidate in the Gambia ko xam ne bëgg a nekk attain the presidency of the Gambia that is speaking the language I believe in I can hear that is Essa Mbye Fall number one man kenn duma tere wax suma gis-gis si Gambia da ngeen a sonal seen boppa dinaa wax suma gis-gis am naa right bi parce que Gambian la man dama believe ne for 60 years the government of the Gambia you from how ma kana fa talk how ma kana fa am 2 years how ma kana fa am 1 year dañ dafa lu dëkk bi tous suñ ko defoon ñun ñëpp ñu gis ko nañ waxante dëgg ñu ma nga ñana nga lii da nga lele I accept so gisee loolu I'm saying something which is uncomfortable to people accept that.
Can I ask you?
No, dama Daniel. You ask me. No, Arama Daniel. Man dama gom lu mo gom. Essa Mbye Fall had policies that will elevate Gambians and elevate their livelihood. That is why I believe in Essa Mbye Fall. The government of the Gambia should change the way they do business. The political class of the Gambia have failed Gambians. 6 decades, of course, my God. Since after independence, link the civil Gambia. Institutions, technical training schools, good hospitals. Well, look at our agricultural sector. You dega libe sona, then ko fi dega. Nañ plan B, nañ plan B, am nañ suñu agenda bi am, ñu ko dañ ko dega be kenn defu ko fi. Defu ko fi. Essa Mbye Fall nak is fresh. Essa Mbye Fall is new.
Nyancho, it's okay. You are just repeating yourself. It's okay. You are taking all the time and say what you want to say. It's okay.
No, look, you can
No, it's okay. It's okay.
You can
You
say
are just
whatever
going
you
far.
want to say. But there is nobody on this platform
It's
who
okay.
can...
You don't
who
own
can,
the platform.
Don't tell me
Everybody
it's
is equal
okay.
here. It's okay.
No. Samara is the owner of the show. He's allowing me to talk. Let me buy my Daniel.
I'm allowing you. It's my time. It's okay. Full stop.
Okay. Can I have a minute?
No, it's
done.
okay.
I'm not done.
Mute.
I'm not done.
Mute.
I'm not done.
I said mute.
I have to say this.
Itam dafa war a wax ñan coota may
Yen de mënut a intimidate kenn. Kale ñu waxtaan. Yes, why intimidation? It's not going to work.
Waaye nga may kii tam wax daf la may pour nga wax nga may ko moom tam wax.
Pare naa léegi na wax. Waa pare naa na dem.
Waaw.
Please do me a favor. Talk about your party and your policies. Period. Don't even mention me.
I will mention you. Just wait.
No.
Just
If
listen.
you mention me, I will
Ñanco
respond.
ñanco fana mu ñancoleti adomandoma fana mu ñancoleti ñanco mu ñancoleti fana adomandoma be mu ñancoleti de
Bari abal
Fana mu nyancholeti.
Okay, I am balal rek. I
Ko fana mu nyancholeti, fana ya balal folo yaso.
Okay. Okay.
Nyancho muso di yamuta. Ye basa.
Okay.
Abaraka.
Okay.
Democrat
Okay.
yara janade alika diamo nga Gambia la jenga Gambia bonde nga bonyu nyo sabala man na faso to nyancho please
Ñim manke ñancho fangati. Ñim
nyo sababula mo be mu nyancho la ci de
ñancinte ila moy ñancho ne
ay
diam.
ka sabar le ni banko jabe tala ya ka janke wala ko te banko bonda ba abin to men kono
Sister la moy silam.
please bal danila alika Gambia jenga kanatu nyo sabala man na faso
Abaraka ndal tay. Alimbula nga diam. Ya jele Gambia abe kolyala bakele pour kata ñaato because nga Gambia dingol le fon soto mel man tara parering pour Gambia seta ñaato mol be ñim men fo kan especially na broda ay min fo jan sainteng ko kabrin Gambia lo ta fo sañim political class wolle Gambia nol felindi no electorate wolle Gambia nol felindi adu wol mu Gambian citizen or lelti. Gambia citizen or le Gambian or felindi. Jawara was there. Jawara just came in as the first president. Anyantale ka bankola institutional build, and he started it. He started it, and he did well by putting institutions one after the other. Yes, corruption was there under Jawara's government. That's why PDOIS came to being, because we saw what those policies will end, because we know that those policies will fail after all, because they depend on loan and grant. There was no basis for Gambia to generate wealth for themselves. That's why PDOIS came to being. And PDOIS since 1987 was telling Gambians people that this so-called capitalist system, borrowing money, asking grants, will never work and will never take this country anywhere and will never eradicate saving of today. If you said political class in the failed Gambian people, I said that is an insult to PDOIS leadership. We were telling these different stories from all other political classes are saying different stories, and Gambians refuse to listen our story, refuse to vote. So if you accuse political class and you did not differentiate it, you said all of us failed the Gambian people, you just drop off. But I want you to come in and withdraw that statement because to PDOIS. We are not telling Gambians people to vote for DOI just to come to government and start continuation of the borrowing. And there is no other political party whose economic policy in their manifesto is talking about self-reliance. You are talking about Team Sobeyaa, turn around. What exactly are you going to turn around if it is not the system? It's the same thing PDOIS is talking about. PDOIS is talking about to change the system since the beginning. And you came in now and said you want to turn around the same system that is going on in this country. You are just borrowing word from PDOIS. Why can't you join PDOIS instead of saying people that I want to turn around things? You never read PDOIS policy. If I read Sobeya's manifesto and I read PDOIS policy, 88% are the same. It's just a copy and paste with different explanation. But their meanings are the same. So why are you taking somebody's policy 80% and just add up something and say you want to form a political alliance? You are not doing that for the country. You are doing that for something that you are not telling Gambian people. Look, Sobeyaa is a business club.
Famara, sorry, I don't want to interject, but Mr. PDOIS, can I ask you a clarification if you permit me?
Okay.
Sorry, Mr. Moderator. You have said something which I want you to be very clear on, because Are you saying that Sobeyaa copied 88% of PDOIS policy? That let me put a caveat. I'm not saying that's what happened. You are saying it's an allegation.
I think that was a question I wanted to ask me as a Sobeyaa member.
Is that number one? That's plagiarism. Plagiarism in academic work. So I want you to be very clear on this because this is a serious allegation.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I am not
Sobeyaa, but if you say 88%,
I will be very clear. Just tell me.
Okay.
Thank you.
For example, Sobeyaa is talking about.
They are here also.
Yes.
For your information, Sobeyaa people are here.
Thank you very much that they are here. So
thank you.
that's good. I'm happy that they are here. In Sobeyaah's manifesto, they are talking about community ambulance. They are talking about community in Sobeyaah's manifesto, health-wise, in their health policy. They are talking about community ambulance. Before Sobeyaa came into being, in PDOIS 2001 presidential manifesto, we are talking about that, the same thing that Sobeyaa explained in their manifesto. If Sobeyaa members are here, are you denying that Sobeyaah's manifesto contain community ambulance, that every community should have their own ambulance? They have that in their manifesto.
Okay, so the question that was asked to you based on what you said was, you said Sobeyaa copied and pasted your agenda. I need you to answer, do you have any evidence of Sobeyaa copying and pasting your manifesto? Because I need you to be very careful of how you speak when you're...
No, I should be there or telling people,
Let me allow you. It's just I'm just basing it on what you say. Because in Gambia, we all have the same problems. Our policies may be similar because we are talking about a country that has the same issue since inception. So if you want to sit here and say, Sobeyaa copied your manifesto, I need you to give me evidence of that.
Good. That's you see what you just said is an evidence of plagiarizing. You said Gambia have the same problem, and manifestos can be similar. That's what you said. So before Sobeyaa came into being, did they read all other manifestos that are existing before and try to uplift those manifestos, put input in them before organizing their own political how do I call it, movement?
Okay, so I think there is a lack of understanding on your end, and this is by no way me insulting you. But let me tell you two things. Gambia is a country. Gambia dafa neka deka bo hamne. Again, I am saying this again because I need you to understand it. Any political party buiduga Gambia, you would do a survey of what that country lacks. And that survey that you do that country lacks, that's where you base your agendas on. What you call plagiarism is me doing a work, because I do research and I'm educated enough to tell you the description. You do a work, man madem jail sa manifesto bi, I change a couple of words on your manifesto, man ma jail ko, and I present that as my work. That is different. Now, if you submit a paper to be graded, let me finish. If you submit a paper to be graded and we are all writing on the same topic, now chances are we are all going to have the same bullet points, but our wording and our verbiage would not be the same. So please do not say Sobeyaa copied when the subject matter is Gambia. So please, wahalne, Gambia, all our policies, if you look at UDP's manifesto, you look at all other manifestos, there are similarities in all because Gambia is the subject matter. So you cannot sit here and say somebody copied and pasted because the country is Gambia. So please, Yange urge Democrat, Purmunyo withdraw statement, but you should know what verbiage to use before you say something on a platform. Thank you. You can continue.
If I read, I understand my manifesto very well, my party's manifesto very well. And another new political party came in, or movement came in, and they produced a manifesto. And I go through their manifesto and see whether they have something new that I was talking about. and realize that what exactly I'm talking about is the same thing they are talking about, at least 80% of what they are talking about, what I have already talked about, I have already emphasized on, is in their manifesto. What do you think I will feel?
Not about your feelings, because your feelings is not going to run the country. This is about facts and opinions. So what I am saying is Gambia is the subject matter.
And what I'm telling you is the fact, because you yourself,
Gambia is the subject matter.
Okay, wait.
Gambia is the subject matter. So
wait.
policies are going to be similar. But to sit here as a grown man and say someone plagiarized your work without having any evidence of it, I think it's a bit inaccurate and flat out false information. So let's debate on facts instead of feelings. Your feelings are not going to run the country. I just want to make that clear. So let's go to the next subject. Thank you.
Okay, just answer my question. Mr. PDOIS, I'm gonna like your own question. Let me give my opinion. I'm gonna Dega Gambia. Our like what the lady just said, lady from Sobeyaa, I think, said we will have the same problems when we face with the same, most of the challenges are the same. Then it's one country. But also, what I also would not, in fact, I would not incline myself to. Like, for example, let me take UDP as an example. We said we will have 10 skill centers. If another party comes and put exactly that thing, maybe reframe the word, that can connote to be plagiarism in a way. Plagiarism doesn't necessarily mean it has to be word for word, okay? So if PDOIS said community ambulances, and then Sobeyaa has that again, they can also feel, okay, they lifted this from our manifesto. Let's be honest here, okay? You can talk about the health sector, what you would do, and you can come up with something with ambulances. But if you also see community ambulances as pillars, and I think this is where the gentleman said is feeling that way, because just like our 10 skill centers in the country, UDP, DOI doesn't have that on their manifesto. It's not in GDC's manifesto. So if another party X comes tomorrow, they put that new UDP coming, we will feel, oh, they lifted this from our agenda. Just like I listened to SR Fall the other day. He said he spoke about the health insurance on mimicking, and he said the government took that from him, and he's right, because he was the first person to come up with that idea, and the NPP government hijacked that from him. So SR also felt that I brought this, and I think now I can see why the PDOIS guy is also feeling that way.
Sadili, again, I am saying your feelings and his feelings I do not care about, because your feelings don't matter. What I am saying is Gambia is the subject. So plagiarism, I gave the definition, and it's the same thing that you said. Now, it may not be word for word, but you can change one thing and another. So if you have a basic understanding of Gambia being the subject, and when a survey or a study is done, we may have similarities in the report that we are going to submit to be graded. So dinga understand ne fini plagiarism amutfi. So because we have the same issues. We have healthcare issue, we have infrastructure issue, we have other issues yinga hamne mom la political parties buga def. And mandamade damalen ko damakode wahni. Gambia does not have a policy problem. UDP has a fantastic policy, a fantastic agenda. Sobeyaa has a fantastic agenda. Kenen has a fantastic agenda. These agendas are not the issue. The issue with Gambia is implementation, transparency, and accountability. This is why we as Gambians, mununyo amlunyune in our political arena. So policies have been there. Swing Constitution is one of the most beautiful constitutions. You just have to amend some things and then we're okay. But are we following things to the T? Maybe not. So turn around, as he was asking, what are you going to turn around? We want to turn around. Instead of having documents sitting there and collecting dust, let us implement what we have so that the country can work. Because America, Angleterre, dëkk yi ni yëpp nga nekk di gis, they nekkut ne ay jine ñoo nekk di ko doxal. They have policies in place. They have signs, they have everything in place that they follow. So this is the issue. So I'm not saying the policy Gambia am policy problem. And I'm not saying you are wrong for what you are saying, but what I'm saying, what you feel, honestly, I don't care. Because we have the same issue.
Okay, can I just respond in a second, Madam Hanga? If you are saying that way, it applies to all of us. Like I can also say I don't care what your views are. Okay, Because
and I'm perfectly okay with that.
I listen to you.
I listen okay with that. I don't let words
madam.
get to me. I'm perfectly okay with that.
Yeah, but I listen to you. Can we have decorum? Because I listen to you attentively until you finish. So what I'm saying is, when we're having a conversation, we don't even need to emphasize that because it's basic stuff 101. It's no brainer that, what somebody says is not what actually is going to run the country. All right? So we don't even need to elaborate on that. We're just having a discussion. And in a discussion, different opinions will come. We all say the same thing. You think this way, I think this way. So, PDOIS guy made an allegation, and then I challenged him first, and then his explanation is this. And I said, if at all, I put a conditional statement. Somebody can see that as plagiarism, because if another party is talking about community ambulances, another party comes and say the same thing. The supporter of that say, they borrowed this from us. Just like the PDOIS, Sobeyaa leader himself is accusing the government of hijacking his policy. He said it on Memekering, all right? So this is how PDOIS is also feeling. But what I'm saying, this discussion is healthy. Discussion be bahna, you challenge one another on that. And I'm very happy in your work Gambia amut problem policy. I agree with you. Implementation, it's not even Gambia, it's African Union. If you go to AU, we have one of the best protocols. You go to ECOWAS, one of the best protocols. Documents in dustbins, in cupboards. But ECOWAS started about the monetary union. Man, I was part of those who attended a meeting in Sierra Leone. We were trying to put a single currency for West Africa. Up to now, over 20-something, Gambia, Nigeria, Liberia, Sierra Leone, and I think Guinea was the only francophone country to join that country because francophones, they have their CFA. So Anglophone West Africa also, we want to have a single currency. Okay? But it didn't work because the convergence criteria, which I don't use, most of the countries could not fulfill it. Africa, lowland, Mel, we come up with fanciful ideas. Policies, Gambia doesn't have a policy problem. But some people think that, people say, well, we have the best policy. These other people are not selling policy. All these parties have got great ideas. But it's the implementation. Bobo Mom, I agree with you. So let's carry the discussion because then I'm low gum. We can challenge each other. I think gums are bopa. Maybe how many then got this year or whatever. Do a panel discussion. We have the party in this 2 candidates just to talk about policies. Agenda.
Yeah, that would be great.
Panel discussion. Lolo is going to be very happy, and I want to be part of that discussion. We challenge each other on policies and programs. Nothing else. Okay?
That would be great. Sehu, you know me. Maybe you don't know me with this account. Why you're hamgaman? My platform. I just want to make one thing clear. Because anywhere for Maneka, I want to have a civil conversation. Why legi us as people, then bring them to distinguish what's an attack and what's a criticism if you are selling a policy, because I see that people tend to get offended when I say Sobeyaa has the best policy. If you say dili yo yange jai a designer bagas, let's say yangi a Gucci bag yanko jai. Manma ame a Gucci bag that is a dupe from China. I am not going to send my customers to you because you have the real deal. I am going to try to sell the dupe that I have because I am trying to make market for myself. So if I say Sobeyaa has the best policy, please do not take that as me attacking you, Neyo Amulo, the best policy. I am just trying to sell, my brother. I'm just trying to sell.
No.
Now, you can come and counter and say UDP has the same policy, and I would damalako nangul. So why damadeki si swing discourse so mawahene Sobeyaa has the best policy or kenena wane UDP has the best policy. People get offended, and I'm urging Sobeyaa members as well. If someone comes and say UDP has the best policy, they are entitled to say that. You know, because we are selling. And I'm urging UDP members as well. Sumanyoe Mane Sobeyaa has the best policy. This is my belief because I am trying to get people. So I'm trying to sell my agenda. So please, nangul mako. So that's okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Man personally, man gisuma lulu as an attack. Because nit kuneka, just like presidential Soneka candidate, I'm the best candidate for this country. Okay, so they may PDOIS, they will they have the best policy. Can work to just load as an attack? For you what action supporters? Yes, I agree with you. Some people are very sensitive. Because man, I have no problem in PDOIS or Sobeyaa when they have the best policies. Man, to me, man say we say the UDP has the best policy. They can move on from Lulu, which I'm entitled to. While I think from the GCN is condescending. Man personally, the matter was Lulu. Man tell so many way man. PDOIS ñu fa depuis 1987 dañ fail Gambia.
Guys, salam alaikum. Ñu tamit de bëgg nañu wax de please.
Waaw man dina daana rek ma wàcca ma may leen ba sorry I know yàgg nga fi madame so luñ do lu ma wax ne su fekkee ne dañu wax ne political class in Gambia dañ fail yaa ngi include PDOIS yaa ngi include ñëpp so dañ war a careful te ñii they have worked hard for that country try nañ lu nekk even tiny PPP, to try to educate people, definitely civic education. We have tried to talk to the people. So I agree with the PDOIS person. It's the electorate of Gambia. You fail. Because you elected PPP for 30 years, the same party. Voters in Gambia, you elect APRC for 22 years. It's not a political class. Political class cannot force people to vote for them. So I think it is very careful when we are talking, we talk law hamne, at least it's fair. I don't think we can stop nobody from giving your opinion. Everybody can speak. We are all Gambians. We all have the same right. So we don't even need to belabor on that. Everybody has an opinion. Your opinion matters, but your opinion stops where your opinion stops, and other person's opinion start from there.
100%.
Thank you.
100%.
Thank you.
Not Kenen yo, unless they have questions.
Sorry, I don't know why my wife was my sister.
I have a
Mangi Gambia, but I didn't network.
Why are you Gambia? My sister, I don't know what 2 minutes now. I have a question.
Go ahead, don't worry.
I have a question,
please.
Demal, do problem.
Du problem comme maluma buga wara yaga na fi deglu na gaay ak waji ko fi egon ñancho di sonal ni ci kaw platform bi ni comme Gambia right now ñun taluñ ay hulo ay problem taluñ ko because boy baro fa neka tan waru ñu ala baro di dem tatam lol mo wara neka suñ wax xam nga degala man political ni haro ni comme UDP PDOIS ak Sobeyaa mi sen affaire défendre ma lolu sax interested ma because man Gambia fuñ tolu sa tolu si time bobu nonu ne ki wala ki ñu si baro lañ wara focus baro mu ngi leka ak kabudumbi ñu ngi ya hadika bi man je ñaari Gambian ñu ek si platform from different party ñu hulu man dama de won ndax ñi ñu si sen sense because deka bi fum tolu yo talu lo baro yo ya ngi tal benen party yo party bobu nga tal yo talu lo baro mu ngi leka ak kabudo mi ñi ngi ciop deka bi nit ya ngi sona boy ñun dañu wara ñew tugé dañu sét naka lañu def ñun xolal naka lañu ñoy gëné waji bi sa waru ñoo nangu sa mu taxaw tata mi sa waru ñoo nangu mu dem ñu tek pression ci kom from all corners yo bo nekké Essa Fall nga tok sa platform nga door ko ay misal ki nekk fa door ko ay misal boy mu mëna xamné deka bi nit yi fu ñëkkat dañ sona bu ñëw ba 2026 mom ku mëna ici as candidate ñun yëpp ñu mbolo ñëw tugé ñu gëné ko MPP sa lañu wara gëné fale dégage fale Gambia mu dem ci kanam ko deka bo dafa sona Sénégal buñ ci tolo loolu lañ def positive ak yeneen dañ ñëw tugé ñu focus ci Macky Sall do dé déga né benen parti di attaque Ousmane Sonko non ñëpp dañ ñëwon ci gannaaw ñu né mané alañ gëné sa waji ki moy suñu problème ta Gambia fofu lañ tollu angal mes fofu lañ tollu ñu ci lo xamné ni wala anglais bu neex la Chinese bu neex la doj bu neex la loolu tolluñ ci ku mu na wasi manja ko sa waxal na baro gena fofu leen tollu am nga national deka bi dañ sona nit yi dañ sona to be honest deka la am na deglu na fi ñu bari dañ Gambian diaspora seku sedli wax nañ fi lu make sense xam nga façon nit yoy lañ soxla ci plateforme xam nga wante gom sa wala mala advice nga sa ñancho bobu koko he is not up to any good koko boko ay ci sa plateforme tamit mom ku buga wa deka sa lu yobu deka bi ci kanam sa daf la obstruct ta façon nit yoy nonu bo ñun taluñ hulo ay hulo ni di hulo nit nekk ci plateforme di wax di walu make sense nako attaque deka yow budé yow lolou mom lu mo def non yow any party leader boy support koku sa da nga attaque keneen du ko bëggé support sa dafa wone ki supporter bi nañ arrogant because of your behavior te waru fa demee noonu ñun ñëpp si benn aim lañ nekk pour génnee Barrow 2026 te Barrow waru ñoo nangu mu dem ma loolu mooy suma advocate always Barrow waruta dem sa third time bi waru faa taxaw te dañ koy sànni élection Barrow na dem select ku mu bugg a select si partem mu ñu isil ñu ko ñu demaa moom waaw fu mu yem ne man daa ma em fii ma wàcce ma may la ngeen wax.
Thank you sa wax rafet na.
Thank you so much, brother. Léegi may leen ma man ma wax tuuti rek ma wàccat gaay. Okay.
Inata sign na ko de.
Na sister. Meja sodo ngani amudo mani lafta fundi la le na husband anyway.
Okay,
Okay, ndebe mina fola nyin kuoto jannin tol Gambia mbesila mbenyo sabala nyim parti le nyanta tala nyim parti le nyanta tan tol nyanta muneke la nyanta focus la mun tole na nyin dimo be mu jamalati wolo Barrow wolo mu Gambia la nyin dimoti right ntol nyanta focus wala because nyi ibe nyim banko be problème o minto wallahi dol be tubabu du wol malo nyim banko be problème o minto foni yaje social media jam foni nata Gambia le balon na nyim banko be problème o le kono sa ñintol sitam be ñoo sabalam ba fola hayte be parti karle te be janne te be danne Barrow wala kadiya Barrow because a jele ntol dam mamantara kambendi nte dal ñi mo yente ñinin ka jamalon di right passing to be Gambia wala mo esa falti nte min bente jusoto ntenga wala fode malo ma fa wala bekela bari wala bente jusu kumoto esa fal woye tambi ay banko ñim bondi problème ko adun am so 100% ñi esa fal tambe ñim banko be ñi situation no abe ñim mes binto aba bondi la abe banko ñim bondi la problème mo ñi ko nole nte wala mun ntela fenko wala bente sondo mo ko no min be la rin jutu ko to mbewle focale jan science right because ñim banko be batari ne bi ite mo je ñim banko kan abe aya foye wo ama foye wo abe batako ala majin doron tolla airport international airport fly o e jija ngai korika ji ay ta jinna neighboring country bi ntolbe mu ne fola sénégalais li bi gamiano ko hanila diamo sénégalais nyala de bi de ñin diamo te ba fola yendi mali len ni sen deka be sa avion bi sa dafa buga waja wajut Barrow wala haji ten tolla maluto al ama worried as far as ate anala dimbal be balukan anim minu ba bala amanke ay tela amanke antela amanke ya do ko ten wala kunun nembota airport to kunun nembota airport to bari airport to fango be nyami nyite mari tata je airport to jabe nyami ibe jila don kurango ta mef hani ila esil bukata ila jonko gol bele be fusari sun kan kan tara ibe lorindami Gambia alinga bon kanyo sabaka fo ha nyim parti karle bije nyim parti karle nyim parti kar ntol minu be nyim banko bondi la nyim problème ko non tol be solution le nyini kan hey alinga nyaayele politicien ol kan tol damma du nyoko nyi sita ibe ko ngolede iman tarante e marete bi momo e fanfa politicien la kuoto sama nya sita me kalamuta amela dimbaya kalamuta abe siringa fango eleje alama ala mbeso manta bayngola ala monati molye mimbe nyimbanko bondira nyim problème ko ala barka baki.
Okay, assalamu alaikum. Sister K, baraka baki. Sa ente meta jan baki la batu ngoti am sa ngaji. Banta lafta men for all musical. Political party on mbebe Gambia kono. Ntel be ajele ite be UK janne nte be UK janne ntel ngajele political party on kama nyame Gambia nakata nyame ni political party on ara na ma keku ika bondi jele ya understand ara baro nak natale ama keno ama keku anata kala no so sa bondi je no la nin tan together nga bondi na sa dum tel betel la janyo sa badro no na Gambia ta bondi no la andu ara baro be continue la itare je na tan lafta wala dan telfanga binafala la ko dinga lonno so Gambia mbal tanila Esa Fal UDP Honorable Usainu Dabo and Mama Kande political parties are bulbin yaharin say diamond no ina together because Gambia political is a low no les afenke mam la imagine la mentasol ola binastol andum beya lonne Gambia benyamen je nyamen andunga fata komin na difference ning kana difference tanko atande even on outside tubabu men la fila nyaunya abu kala fika atandila because abu ka hanyi la ka atandila bari Gambian tel ngaji Gambian tel be bakilin fakilin most lawyer for ita minyina and we need to divide into fractions ibaje la coming contenga si jamala man tenga dula jamala ma muna kitan tel be maka nyol tangi kamera nintel mu enemies of progress that you prove fangale ako bala fa wata ntabuka understand Gambia ba doyare ko less than 3 million but until like nan kata ko tunye nyo ka fa nyo to nyo fa la to nyo fa camera ni janni haji ben tan maybe tan mol be ka diamu jantel ben dental one way or the other but yep political party arabaro sa ita man note anding ata fonga ata ya ata ndala ko me ka tan tan drong ni ka drong it iba hasu to leba make so la ko kana ka clint because the moment you make a clint drong iba ya la chaba continue la drong ka nga ke je nga ka tan ni no ko ko kelinga drona iba ka tan pour ye meja ah mune ketam ba ala wala adama baro bo chance to la ah adama baro fo me diam ka te fo mo I see killing mo waran see killing ayo mal anu Gambia ni ajibe mtel be wuluta Gambia bare mumoni antulu mali alan ko sa fo mtulu mutolo ol be munala ci data sije ye Gambia londi ntel wuluto ko ntel mama ñol wuluto ko fa ma ñol wuluto ko ah antel nata na wulul ko so jumala ba sila juma de Gambia ko no ali nga fata ñin difference la nga landi aside nga Gambia bondi mang hani 2 years from complete soto de ntengol soto pour ka faale because natari lafta makato bayindila mo man sa jawo ko ta ya bondi je change, make a change, and then when the change happens, another you need change nata ko reke. Ya je coming for yas in the jamanta like kanyama. Abondi je until UK jana 14 good years. One party them conservatives one time the money ye focus the coalition also. But 14 years. Ye Prime Minister Jola ni Gambia lam, Prime Minister Nani or Lulu. Ni Gambia lam President Lulu. Signed by right at our 8 years period. And yet 3 presidents of Tolaji. Hanata Abakala MP period. Another strategy like in place, whereby near to as a man no yamming 3 years I'm more disappointed. I take us so 5 Gambia Dunka. Ya fight jing doing now. But Arabaro mem song koke. I told Kela Kotek, I told Kenola because I'm on your mantarai. I'm laring a fanna. So for that being the case, I love to the prate tari je nyamen tong mole continue millianonko or la nyamen tatati ye mo nyamen dingal ta yol ya nene fa yol be ba afambal aba na banko na float nyala drop lungolu Gambia julo betala and in 2025 julo men tala drop ab julo men ala nyindo kan all betambila nyimbet ni men for 200 billion ah karo 100 billion tambita wala 100 billion plus damage all la sign. Dim man for 150 or 200 before me futala election and say ala tentual. Please alinga ke clinting na banko bonding na banko laje. Gambia non ton binafala ningalon nun ando ningalon nun satete kere. Ibitala da me CJ. Nimi so da man betale maril. Mbe na ngatu nyo blame la. Nyina yake because blame game drong olam Gambia drong yol dunding mol sondo mo kona nin kunkon. Ala baraka bag.
Opinion on that. But if you want to answer it to clear my mind and whosoever might be having a doubt concerning that, my question. So I just want to know, is it that Sobeyaa, the presidential candidate, lawyer Esa by Fad, is he a technocrat and not a politician? Did you people believe that?
Mustafa, you brought this question over and over and over.
Wait. I'm asking a question. You know, just wait. Mara, wait. I asked Juliano, wait, Mara.
The question was answered.
Thank you
Mara,
for your...
wait.
Mara, hold on for me.
You know.
Thank you for your question. Why, Demba Mangdon Setan, this question has been asked and has been answered. And I believe you Demba Lightanga te answer the question, Bini. Because this started a discussion. See Demba platform binga hamne following nekon. It has multiple Sobeyaa members ekne nyo answer ko. So the answer we give, sometimes people, because we do not answer the question to your satisfaction, does not mean the question is not answered. So people tend to ask and ask and ask again because the answer that they are looking for, they are not getting that. Now, if Esa Fall labels himself as a technocrat and not a politician, Esa Fall labels himself as a technocrat and not a politician. Donald Trump, you cannot call him a politician. Donald Trump is a businessman in America.
If you can just answer my question.
I'm answering your question. This is why I do not like having a discussion with you. I'm answering your question.
Wow.
I'm answering your question.
Then I.
Okay, well, I'm answering your question. I'm answering your question. So you cannot tell me how to answer the question. I'm getting there. Donald Trump is a businessman who came and joined American politics as a businessman. So he does not have any political knowledge or that the def yenen ak yenen ak yenen. So the Esa Fall, the many XC platform be then Esa describes himself as a technocrat and not a politician.
Fine.
So did that answer your question?
Yes. That's one question. Okay. Lady, what is the difference, of a technocrat who came with his policies, want to sell his policies, and he don't want to lie about his policies. He want to implement his policies in his government. And then what is the difference between that technocrat and a politician who form his political party, have his agendas, want to sell his agendas to the people, and if he is voted in office, wanted to implement his agenda, in his when he becomes the government. What is the difference between these two? And the answer was no. Wait. The answer was politician B. Mostly they lie to the people. They lie to the people. The politician who register a political party and have his agenda, they lie to the people. When they become government, they never implement. So, they never tell people the truth. So money. Now, if you are a technocrat, you didn't believe in the politician, who have his agenda because they always lie to the people. But as a technocrat, you invite the same politicians who have their political parties. You affiliated with them like APS, and you still calling other political.
Point of correction. No, I have to correct you. It's AP.
No, I have to
correct you.
No, wait.
APS.
No, wait, just wait. Money, like APS is a political party, and they have their agenda.
I am telling you, it's APP, not APS. What is APS?
Okay, APP, not APS. From now, APS, I think so. Yeah, APP. So now still now you want more political parties, to come and join you. Okay, the money. Is it not contradicting political parties with their agendas? Most of them, they are not technocrats. You want them to join you. Is it not contradicting people who are lying to people? You still want to make a, how to call it? You want to make either coalition or alignment or whatsoever with those. Is it that, is it not contradicting for the technocrats to do that? That's another question.
No, that was not a question. That was a comment. And Bro, can you just mute? That was not a question. That was a rant, and it was your Yanko deaf into a pregnant question. Your question has been asked and it has been answered. I am not going to sit here and educate you about what is the difference between a technocrat and a politician, because you have Google at the tip of your fingers.
I can answer that for you here now.
Again, again, allow me to land. So I see, Mustafa, maybe account Bini, but I do not like to engage you in discussions because I feel that sometimes you're one-track minded and manduma de buga discourse what I am saying, Moy, we have answered this question yesterday. Marisok Ignasi platform, you channeled the same question to Marisok. What I see, and this is my opinion, if I am wrong, tell me I am wrong, and I would accept it. What I see near Moy, you go to different platforms, you bring things that have been discussed and laid to rest, you try to bring it to another platform where you have maybe like-minded people so you can stir up a fight. And you have been doing this over and over again. Now, I am saying your question is answered. Essa Fall may describe himself as a technocrat. I may see Essa Fall as a technocrat, and this is my definition of him. So if you want to say, what about a technocrat and a politician, you go and do your research about that, or maybe before the menga gis Essa Fall face to face, you can ask that Essa Fall that question. But this question, I'm not going to debate on it again. Question asked and was answered.
Madam Mustafa, if you can just allow me to just put my opinion on this. I think the basic definition of a politician, whether you are a technocrat or not, once you join you into politics, you become politician. Simple. What is the other definition of a politician? Man, politician latte. It's not my profession. I have my professional job. Esa is a lawyer, just like lawyer Dabo is a lawyer. That's his trade. But lawyer Dabo is a politician today. Esa Fall is a lawyer by profession, but he's a politician today. He's into politics. So I think this answer is out there for all of us to see. It's a very simple thing. Anybody who ventures into politics, you become a politician because that you venture into it. And Mama Kande is a politician today, but maybe he has a different profession. Ahmad Ba is a politician today, but we have profession. Technocrats are people like in cabinet, people like Mamadou Tangara. You don't see him in a political rally. Do they work? They work in a political platform who are politics. You'll never see Mamadou Tangara on a platform. He's not a politician.
And
Dr. Mamadou Tangara, he's a technocrat.
Permanent secretaries also are technocrats.
Permanent secretaries are technocrats. Yes, ministers are politicians. So what I'm saying is, this question, I think we all know the answer. Let's just move on. And
I think the question is irrelevant. If you ask me, I think the question is irrelevant because right now there are Gambians.
Mustafa put his thing in a long-winded approach. Madam, what he's trying to say, he put in a one. I think what I understand from him, I'm not discussing about how many people describe politicians as, then they are not honest, they are this. I think he put that. So what he's saying, he's trying to put in an irony in you guys align yourself with APP, who are also politicians. In simple text, this is what he's trying to put there. He's trying to put an irony out.
I got it. And Faithful, if I say someone is one-track minded, that is not an insult. Please do not stir up anything. I'm sorry, but that's not an insult. He can tell me that I am one-track minded, and I will completely accept it. So please, mind soon words. I'm not disrespecting anyone. If I say someone is one-track minded, they can tell me that I'm one-track minded.
But you know me, you talking to me, I didn't react to it because I understand the language. So, you know,
thank you.
So
thank
I didn't feel offended.
Mustafa, lima buga pour ñu focus moy. I'm sure ne yeen ñep gis ngeen ci suma account bi ma ngi post what is happening in our country. A flight from America left America on Thursday. That flight was not able to land in Gambia. 1 minute more desperate flight be land, light dafa off. On that same day, there was a Gambian from Sweden, Munge travel at 40,000 worth of ecstasy, which is a drug, Munge duga swing dekabe. So faknane, if we are so hooked on definitions and whatnot, when there are real things that are happening on the ground that can be discussed, so we can do civic education. So let's change the trajectory of this discussion. Let's talk about how we can move Gambia forward. This is just
let me tell you one thing. Man, hamga fumnekani. This 2024 draft. As long as UDP can be able to kill it, and that is their intention. Maybe with some of these independents. Why? With the independent MPs or without them, why UDP alone should be able to, stop it, from going for, all these readings, man fi matiye moy, UDP, you know, swing saga ne beli muromba, the Barrow paper lawa, the 2024 draft. You know, I'm going to look for an other political party. I will never support them. You know, so more than man, I'm scrutinizing. I'm trying to have plan B. I will tell this for all UDPians so here, man, that draft constitution book Barrow, swing ko baye muromba. You know, any slagal bunda bu UDP def pour muromba konka ñom sen nomba bi rek mun nako, you know, I'm going to shift my allegiance to an other political party. This is why I'm getting my plan B, and I will scrutinize all political parties. You know, you know, I will support Madam Marie Sok, you know, if I were not in UDP. So, you know, this is why I'm doing my groundwork.
Okay, Mustafa, can I answer your question? Because man, I'm an official of UDP diaspora. Yang was something law hamne. Ebe kumale fokanja. Iko itebe bola UDP ninyi below manta true. But ngamere nyanta ko jibela in perspective. The party leader ya fole ko ntolta draft support la. Okay? And MPs olu majority are not in support. But yalong, inyanta me understand. Ni molta the deputy bungoto. Imanta act in accordance with what the party leader has done. Are you going to fault the party for that? Because new deputy olu, it all they vote with their consent sometimes. But ntenga alone 100% na deputy olu, from the basic intelligence nga mentioned, the deputy killing right now, wolebe fula. But all of them are going to reject it. Apart from that deputy killing, but entire deputy auto for jam. Yeah, marila information on dinner. Just one UDP deputy wolebe kilis kalaska. For Atebeni support or not, but the rest are saying they're going to kill this draft. They don't want it to go second reading. So just be rest assured. And it's not among the UDP deputy or Damati. We have got other MPs. Doi for another deputy will be there. Doi, they've got MPs there. So Wolfanang is on all of them. But I 100% believe that this draft is not going to go nowhere. But Kafoko Bebola UDP, the draft from Anta. Yes, Ingalonga is a statement, but party leadership, condemn. We are going to reject this. And he's the leader of the party. He's the face of the party. Namara member nyanda kelela worete ning party leader natako alinga bulai tambi. Na leadership, yena mayor moile, they have also Yankoba Dabo, the hierarchy of the party have spoken against this. So don't have a knee-jerk reaction, just maybe one UDP MP where to enable party okono.
No, for one UDP MP, you know, I have been, you know, doing consultation, you know, Nim Deputy Jamale Diam Taiko, they are going, I don't, that is the stand of the
I think look what Demokobuga Degaral Tamit. You know, should let me platform Gomsa Bopa. Bilai Gambia, we are at a crossroad. Let's this buru have between parties new minimize wapi. Because at the end of the day, I'm Ben Giring. There's no dialogue now. The lady is talking about the flight that landed. No, Musuta hell in the history of Gambia. Tons of issues, challenges for our country. This Buruhaha right now mainly is between some supporters of Sobeyaa, because the Mamuna was yip, and some supporters of UDP. We need to tone it down. We debate between ourselves is not going to help anybody. Sobeyaa on its own cannot win. UDP, despite our size on our own, we cannot win. We need to have the support of everybody because you have incumbency. In a free and fair election, I can say anybody can win in the Gambia. Anybody can win. Why then such a election Gambia. This is the president is the incumbent. Munge use Sefolu, Munge use Alkalolu. He is interfering with the voters registration. So we are fighting against a very terrible system. That's why despite our differences. Maybe the mistakes of coalition 2016 do repeat because coalition 2016 serious mistakes happen. Lolo duñ ko acceptati Gambia. Why at the day dama ñaan ñep ñu ngi dugg ci at bu SB. Merry Christmas to all of you and Happy New Year in advance. Lu may ñaan rek suñu dugg ci at bu res waro ñoo ci Gomsa Bopa programme fi heccio yi di continuer because def ñoo tardé lo rek def ñoo delu gannaaw. PDOIS is there as an opposition. We have healthy discussions with them. With GDC. So let's tone it down. Let everybody sell the agenda. But what we should not do is do sangam Nila Mel, Diusangam, Nila Mel. Immediately, you open the floodgates for people to say something about your leadership here. But I'm some people are also hell bent on this. No, you scrutinize land. Scrutinize opposition, to me, should be least priority, no matter how you are passionate about it. Fu ñu nekk nii lan moo war a nekk suñu ite ñun yëpp comme ndaw si wax na ko fii l'hôpital yi amuñ garab our country amuñ courant bi sa Sénégal moo ñu dee may courant nawet ñaata lañ o Sénélec Gambia technically amuñ independent ECOMOG moo nekk Gambia ba léegi for 8 years our president's internal security Sénégalais lañ so ñun ñu ngi fii di werante suba ba ngoon Sobeyaa ni, UDP ni, Sobeyaa ni. Of late, that's what is happening. Low like this. Because most of this back and forth is between Sobeyaa and UDP. And that's unfortunate. Because it shouldn't happen. It shouldn't happen because then opposition. There are other parties in Gambia. They are not scrutinizing our local government. You think they don't care about, but then Disney, the bigger prize here is the presidency in 2026. Local government is in 2027. We will cross that bridge when we reach there. 2027 elections, yen scrutinize suñu local government. Why for now, 2026, let's focus on Barrow. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum. Can I come in?
maa ngi leen di nuyu may leen ma 1 minute rek man dama bëgg a wàcce suma batterie bi mu ngi down yéen ak maa dégga fans bu fekkee na maa dégga parce que ma yàgg naa fi yuuxu mënu maa dégga dara. Thank you very much. waaye man maa ngi leen a déglu all along maa ngi wax suñu sister boobu noonu jërëjëf kontaan naa si moom trop to be honest Gambia dafa tollu jamono boo xam ne ñun Gambien yi si boppa ñun ñoo war a toog ñu déglu ki nga xam ne njëriñi Gambia dinañ ko gis nañ ko ci moom ñu votal mu liggéeyal ñu suñ dëkk bi man lii always lii moo day nekk suma woot boo xam ne dama ko dee wax nañ xool ñi nga xam ne ñoo nekk candidat yi ñu déglu li ñuy wax ñu xool seen waxin ak seen jëfin bu fekkee ne gis nañ ne fii ci Gambia mu ngi ci ñoom di leen yóbbu Gambia ci kanam ñu votal leen ñu yóbbul ñu suñ country bi ci kanam coow bi yëpp wax bi yëpp du faj dara liy faj dara mooy carte bi mooy taxawal nit ki te agende ñu ngi taxaw doy taxaw na fi Halifa Sallah taxaw na fi ñaata at yooxu na coow na lu nekk def na ko Gambia nanguñ ko votal taxawal ko mu liggéeyal ñu dëkk bi defuñ ko Essa Faal ñëw na fi we have a second opportunity and they are not doing anything so waxee ñu ne Essa Faal naa Gambia su fekkee bëgg nañ Gambia mu dem kanam nañ jox dëkk bi nit koo xam ne mun nañoo liggéeyal suñu dëkk bi ñu dem bu mu nekk nit koo xam ne dafa xëcca dugal si poosam xëcca ay ñi nga daan àndal di politique ñëw nañ nga jox leen place ñu jël xaalis réew mi di ko séedoo di dugal seen poste personal use nañ ko bàyyi nañ ñun Gambia ñoo war a jóg ñu eewu Gambia is very stressful fu mu nekk nii ñëpp a am problème ñëpp a am lu leen naxari loolu nag ñun ñoo ko war a génne nuñ ko war a génne nañ xool ki nga xam ne mooy yóbbu suñ dëkk bi kanam ñu jox ko kàttal mu taxawal ñu suñ dëkk bi mu defal ñu suñ dëkk bi Gambia is very small pour toppatoo waaye kuy xëcca di dugal si poosam du mun a yóbbu Gambia fen lii daal laa am pour contribuer ma bàyyi leen ngeen continuer.
jërëjëf
asalaamaaleykum Famara mun naa dugg.
yes
man maa war a ñëw de.
waaye am na ku leen gën a yàgg fii ñu may kooku njëkk. Yes.
Right. Man of diaspora, Gambia diaspora. I can remember one-track minded. One-track minded, I will be offended. Because even though you felt it's not an insult, but I felt that it was a disrespect tone and a disrespect respond. And I will stand my ground. I will stand my ground on that. I wouldn't call somebody you are one-track minded.
Ami, Yalonde, that will not make me one-track minded. I wish I was in a classroom with her. You know, whosoever think you have a PhD or doctorate degree, I wish we were on a political or we are on a debate. Then you know that I am not one-track minded. So I'm not offended with those words. Just forget it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If for me listening and hearing it, that's why I felt offended, even though you didn't feel offended by it. But I felt offended because if it is me just hearing it, I felt it was disrespectful, and it is not. Even though she said it was not an insult, but she should have used better words before using those words. Yeah. So coming back to this, the same issue that is taking us down or bringing us all together on this platform here. It is the Gambia that we have all seen. Could we please put all our differences aside and be nice to one another and see this country? The country needs us. And if we do fail to do that, we will not blame anybody but ourselves. So it's high time we come together and get this country out of this mess. Adama Barrow doesn't have the country at heart. We are all Gambians. Thank you. If it comes to like the discussion of Gambia, I get very emotional and very disturbed about it because of the way we are all acting here, talking, sending words at each other's leader, and then coming out and then giving discouraging words. It's not right. So, but then I hope we are going to make something very useful, and then do the right thing. Thank you. Allah barak.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. We have in Mara. No, but Mara le Sabanjang.
Jiki ba yaga na fide.
Jiki ye Jiki ananga bugawa. Jiki, hello. Jiki.
Fams.
Yeah.
Man kan da bay gaay wax rek. Man ngeen di déglu.
Mara, you go ahead.
Okay, assalamu alaikum. Nuyu leen. Yéen mi nekk di jël seen time bi yëpp.
Yakal sa lifin bi. Lo use headphone.
Okay, no. Yama diga. Okay, man nuyu naa everybody ñoo xam ne egg nañ fii nii jël seen time bi pour set a solution to transform the Gambia, pour change Gambia bi. Okay, man lu ma nekk di wax moo nekk ne tey maa ngi dama dee dégg loo xam ne like it makes sense to continue we can be one.
Table yéen ñu si suuf laa leen lay.
loolu foog naa loolu moo nekk solution bi naka la ñoo déggoo ñu nekk benn ñu génnee Adama Barrow because Gambia fu mu nekk nii every day every new things are happening lu ees moo nekk di am because man affaire flight bi nii ñoo si airport bi munta laan beetut ma because suma benn boy mun nañ job si airport bi am na dee bu ma woon ne plane bi dafa wàcce ba pare light bi off seen lampi moto yi la gars yi jël niit ko pour plane bi mun a taxaw properly xam nga loolu yëpp dafa daw yaram so Gambia ñun lu ñu war a def moo nekk ne añ bàyyi ekkati ñu nekk benn ñu génne Adama Barrow jarul ñuy ekkati suñu boppa let's go down Gambia moo ñu soxla time bii nii Gambia dafa daw yaram Gambia dara doxut si government bi bu ñëwee capana fi passeport scandale bi capana fi alali réew bu gaa jël ñaata billion dalasi ñu jël ko dem jënd ko moto asi ko fi moto yi léegi ana moto yi séddaale nañ ko gis na fi sirop bi lan la fi def gis nañ drogue boo xam ne scandale drogue bu fi jógee yaagut gis nañ drogue bu réel si courtroom bi loolu yëpp ñun gis nañ ko has Gambian people government bi warta continue waaye ñun li ñu war a def moo nekk ne aleen bàyyi di attaquante xam nga suñu waxee ku nekk daf dee ñëw mi ne ñu bàyyi di attaquante ñu attaque boobu noonu ñun ñoo xam ne ñu ngi host plateforme members yi muy Sobeyaa muy UDP ñu ko nekk di host sa nit su waxee loolu nga ne ko ne ñaan na la bàyyil non léegi lañ ko mën a stopé waaye da nga dee aga foo xam ne da nga dee rusa wàcc ne non bu ñu wax loolu noonu let us talk to our people am na ñoo xam ne they cannot be control kenn du leen mën a control ñoom lu leen neex la ñoo wax waaye you have to do effort because léegi ne people ñi di dañ dee record people record things ñi di dañ dee record so da ngaa toog ñu play la loo xam ne diw sàngam kilifa bu doy nii moom muy woon si plateforme bi ñii di scrutinize lii la ñii ni ñi di def lii la yii nii te moom dafa dee nekk du dee jël action Gambia tey bii nii su ma leen waxee dëkk bi naka la mel da ngeen a yéemu because ñun la we are dependent people Gambia we depend on other people other countries ñun dependent people leen lu nekk dañ ko dee import léegi woo bu nekk di am nii mi ngi asi problème because soo xoolee dëkk bi mi ngi suloo dëgg la waaye wool bi yëpp la because container sip yi su waree loolu ñu ngi nii fii nii Gambia fii nii ñu ngi xeexante ñu ngi wasi kii ñu ngi wasi kële nele man Gambia leen rek laa gis let us not be joking alen bàyyi caaxaan bi parti bu mag parti bu ndaw listing alen ko teg si loi comme 2016 coalition ni nga ko formé waaye this time dañoo dëgëral loi yoo xam ne du nekk 2016 coalition bi de waaye i loi yoo fa nekk yoo xam ne Gambien ñooy decide because
Omar tëjal sa mic bi Omar
boo xam ne it's the only way boo xam ne
tëjal sa mic
mu ne koo jëlee borom mi ngi politique da di politique borom mi ngi lebal béykat yi si àll bi xaalis mi ngi traité pour jënd ñit yi dara jotaangut kooku loolu mi ngi use moto yu nekk di use yëpp moto government bi la xaalis bu nekk di use xaalis government bi la nekk di politique so ñun su fi toogee tey di wax kii nii dafa tege sama police bi ñu ñoo ko moom lele waaye man gëmuma loolu let even though su waree am sax let us all bring our policies together ñu tànn ban moo gën a baax ñu defaral Gambia nobody can kill no man can go to the jungle and say that I will go with bare hands and I will kill the lion and bring it home. You must go with a weapon. Ma loolu laa nekk di gis gëm sa boppa please maa ñaan Gambian si alen change si mentality bi kii moo mun dara kii munut dara look alen ñëw ñu la sa Gambian si kan leen bëggoon mu jiitale even suñu élection ñoo def congress selection na parti yëpp ñëw together ku nekk mu yóbbu the same number of people gars yi dugg si house bi gars yi vote there must be a winner wala gars ñoo debate ñëw kanami askan gi kanami Gambia dem si stadium bi gars ñu wax ak Gambian si they know how to do it but foog ñu wax ak Gambian si ñu select a leader boo xam ne mooy mun a rescue Gambia mun naa compter fii lan moo fi baax even yaa demee fu ñu bàyyee woon sax dañ dellu gannaaw dañ over dellu gannaaw système bi by force dafa war a change we need a system change système bi su change te Gambia du musa move ale waxante dëgga keroog police officer mi ngi nobatu di foofu mbilip ne mën nga taxawuloo yow naka ngay bregué moto taxawuloo si kaw yoon bi at the end balaa ñuy dem sa jabar kool la mi na daala la bëgg nga na la weef $200 maa ngi ko bëgg a expose na daal police officer bi si boppam ma xelaat ne kii mais bi su ma ko defee lii dafa alifin let us stop
danga ko war na def
ale mbay Gambia dafa daw yaram look ñi ngay recruit boy soldat yi ñi ngay recruit PIU ñi ngay recruit why not loolu yëpp mi ngi man woo ma you should not serve your country but alen xool léegi ñun naka leen nekk ñun we are struggling to pay a salary yow nga ne nga yokk salary yaa ngi struggle pour pay salary naka nga yokkee salary bi foog naa salary increase bi su waree am ñoo xam ne ñu no aan much ñooy nga war a wàññi ñoo xam ne amuñ dara nga yokkaleen ko because tax bi mooy ñoo xaayaat yow loo nekk di liggéey fooy jëlee xaalis bi soo nekkee di yokkaat ñi di sa liggéey kay nga ne pour da ngaa join ngay service let them create skill centers for the youths ñu educate youths yi ñu teg loi nga gis na youths yi dañoo am métier Gambia you'll be able to produce something better ñu bàyyi di depend on other people ñun li day celebrate independent but what independent are we celebrating what independent la nekk di celebrate when our security is in the hands of foreign countries is that independent even loo xam ne sax kudu sax dañ ko dee import paaka dañ ko dee import what are we making du ko ku nekk mi ngi ragal soo ñëwee fii nii dañ laa woon ne ñaata laay lekk egalitarian asna fi multi-million-dollar project with the Americans kootu kuwaaree la gars yi bëgg a jël dom seet bi la bëgg a jël ñu recycle waste bi foofu noonu ñu def ko into fertilizer and some other important things waaye dafa ñëw fii luy problème bi su demee si gars yi dañ ko dee wane ñaata laa wala nekk mu meer mi ne American yi aleen ñibi these people they don't want development dafa meer mu deeloo ko loolu moo nekk lan suñ buggee blame man dama dee blame boro fail nañu waaye suñ ministre si sax dem boobu ñu dee fail because fii soo fi waree bitig bu rëy sax they want to have something there because bëggu ñoo liggéey are you not a Gambian pour nga investor dëkka ñu bari ñu fi compagnie teel bu nekk Sénégal right now gars yi ñu ngi supply teel si ak nga jógee from Sénégal ñu ngi ñëw Gambia tourisme moo tax compagnie bi mënuñ ko ubbi Gambia soo demee Jimpex da ngaa gis trucks yi ñu ngi rang ñu ngi teel si ak nga dugal and those people are making money tourisme boobu moo nekk ne électricité bi dëgërul fii nii
non bu laal foofu Baro mu ne gaay ngi reserve ay machine na wek electric
man maa ngi ni right now suma courant bi dafa dem
président mu ne gaay ngi reserve
yeneen compagnie si dañ dee bëgg a ñëw invest yeneen compagnie si dañ dee bëgg a ñëw invest Gambia waaye courant duñ dee am enough courant electricity duñ ko dee am yow mënuloo sigul dara in 8 years yow sa government there is nothing that you can change what Gambian Baro Sokola today Mr. President what is the greatest achievement that you did and you can sit for years and years and beat your chest say that I Adama Barrow I did this never ana la def so
gaynde la rey gaynde mu ne moo rey gaynde gi dal nga jatoo faa
but gaynde yow nga daw you kill the lion and you run away dañ la sumogul ñu génnee la fii nii ñu nobala
Mara wax nga fi one important thing mooy baakote doom side bi gis nga ñoom président Barrow dañ ko bugg a jaay loolu dafa yaaga de man ki ñëwoon ki buggoon foofu ñëw mu ne daf ko bugg a def pour muy generate electricity kooku bi mu amee appointment man maa ko dugal si office Barrow ñii dañ yaaga toppa place boobu pour jaay ko gis nga NPP suñ amee KMC if they are the send candidate su fa wiine the first thing they will do they are going to sell that Bakote dumping site to a foreign
but we all know that Barrow seen government jaay leen fi nekkee reserve land yëpp ñu ngi koo jaay individual satisfaction la gaa dee def su ko da seen problème boobu noonu naka la fa demee individual person benn individual nga bëgg ko dog forest bi pour kooku ñëw ñu ne béton la faa dem jaay individual person duñ dee def dara loo xam ne the whole community the whole country can benefit from it ñooy yaaga nañ si loolu moo tax ma ne Barrow government dafa fail Barrow moom lu mun a jaay def koo jaay gis nga Yaya Jammeh su jaayoon fii nii ñoom du 22 years duñ fi fekk dara lu gaay di jaay because moom dafa jaay kenn du ñemee wax but si yoon a place yu bëri ñoo xam ne daf leen fence anamu dafa yóbbaale gaay Jammeh is not here anymore but those places are here Lamin reserve land bu ponkal boobu noonu Jammeh daf ko yóbbaale fii la ko bàyyi Gambia moo ko moom fii nobody can own anything ale ñëw together ñu bàyyi di investigate wante ñu bàyyi di añande di waxante kaddu yu bon man lu ma góob moo nekk ni su ñëwee together Gambia dina ñëwaat even Mama Kandeh we need it solo ne Mama Kandeh waaye su ñëw si coalition ale bàyyi mentalité bii nii ñun ñoo war a jiite ñun ñoo war a dem aleen toog ñu teg ko si yoon jànga ne loi am na léegi guys after the decision making léegi Gambia si ku gaay taana i rek voting la gaay def la ngeen a def nobody knows waaye kuñ jiital ñu support ko kooku su ñëwee suñ la jiitalee amul ne coalition la de the blame you are going to take it yaay président bi koo xam ne ku def liggéey am daaxa ko da nga war a def sa level best nga yóbbu government bi su fekkoon ne Barrow loolu la defoon since at the beginning waaye moom mi ngi def political interest political appointment su ma daaxee kii ñi ñaañu dañoo dem su ma daaxee kii la ñi tamit dañoo dem comme yaa ngi wax si loi bi fii nii man soo gisee ma stress bëgguma dem foofu noonu waaye gis nga Gambia fii nii suñ député yi xaalis moo leen dee toppa xaalis leen dee jiital because ñun suñ dee taana suñ leader duñ dee xool kan leen war a taana ku war a def seen gox dañ seet ne kii am na xaalis mi ngi tëddaay fii nii waaye dañ war a seet ndax jikko bi baax na ndax doylu na ndax honnête na PDOIS seen député yi duñ dee Halifa Sallah du dee wax waaw ñu ne déedéet ñoom gis nañ ko fi moto yi bu ñu waxee moto yi mi ne leen bu leen jël gars yi jëluñ kenn jëlu moto yi
I do this time de Suwaibu Touré dafa jël moto bu ponkal bi jël xaalis bi yëpp la jël Suwaibu Touré kooku is
waaw do this time waaye maa laa wan ne
Mustafa I have something for you when you done can I ask you please
okay sorry xaaral ma mee fii nii ma mee kadi wakkat yi ñu bugg a wax ñu ngi bari xaaral ma mee kadi
naga Mara jërëjëf si sa timing ñu benn rek wakkat yi ñëpp dineen wax su neexee yàlla yes big man yaa ngi bugg a laajte nga ne foog naa
because I just wanna he might understand that side more than me. The modern large a question concerning about our country. National Assembly more powerful than the president office now president office more powerful than National Assembly.
Hamga, let me tell you one thing. You're talking of the executive and the legislative, right?
Exactly.
you know, this is government. They all need each other. At one time, you know, the executive is more powerful when it comes to certain decisions. And at one time, you will say the National Assembly is, but the executive is only one person who is voted in office there. That's the president. But
Yes, King, happy Christmas, bro.
The National Assembly, you know, if not the nominated members, they are all voted into office. Why dinga gisne those who control the National Assembly, they are chosen by the executive again. That makes the executive more powerful in the National Assembly than, you know, those who are voted. So Lee don't want to predict. This is the problem.
If I can answer the question, gentlemen, Mustafa, in my view, the executive National Assembly more gonna abdolate at the office of the president, because if you look at the Constitution, the National Assembly can impeach the president. Right?
Exactly.
The president cannot impeach anybody. Ideally, su fekkee dañ am National Assembly boo xam ne dañ déggoo ñëpp ñu ngi jiital interest Gambia, Barrow du am doole, but because National Assembly is polarized.
Exactly.
MPP, no matter what, they always vote for Barrow. And secondly, we cannot impeach Barrow because that's 75% threshold, because NPP no majority. And the nominated members also have the constitution. Using constitution, we need to change it, because this idea of nominating MPs, I don't support it. Because the executive. Incumbent, because you co-nominate, yeah. So in my view,
the nominated members are more powerful than those who are elected, because even their salaries is far more and their allowance is more than those who are elected.
I think we have to accept this. Sima platform our MPs you fail on in the 5th legislature, because most of these laws, but 31 MPs, we are very powerful. We could have done all the amendments, but that's something that's so unfortunate, and we have to take responsibility for that, because Lulu Mom, Bu after been nehon, guiding Fata want to change all these bad laws and they just follow their interests, blah blah blah. But that's history. So Lola will contribute. Jiki Sanembe Kontona, Sweden. Abarake. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes, you make it. I'm gonna feel all.
Dam so baba ambe mo be konton na.
Inimbara mo kende ngejo.
So like anytime need not a forum to ngalama, sometimes can disappoint because akamunda Gambiano kanya kasi the most important issue. Yeah, you can have the best policy, you can be the youngest, you can be the oldest. You are not going to win if you don't have electorates, if you don't have a base, if you don't have followers. Gambiano, at the end of the day, this is what we have to look at it. How do we win the election? You can have the greatest policy. If you are not into that power, it means nothing for Gambians. We need to look at that formula and say, look around. If it's not Adam Barrow, who has the forces? Or if Adam Barrow is in power with all the mechanism he has at his advantage, who is a threat to him? Can we coalesce around that person and change the government? Because without that, we'll be talking about policy. If you have the great ideas, you don't have the opportunity to implement them. Gambians cannot afford every day to go without change. This is what we need to also look at it. No matter what we talk about, unless we have a leader who is a threat to the current government because have followers, have political base, all this policy is just a word. It means nothing to a regular Gambian. It's not going to bring food on the table. It's not going to change nothing. Gambian as a serious thing. But we all kind of running away from that. We're talking about the best policy. We're talking about, young. We're talking about old. When we go to the ballot, that does not win you nothing. The people who follow you, the people who believe you, the base you build is what guarantee you're winning. And if Gambian Tonya nil after change, I'm not saying in 10 years, but nil after Adam Barrow Bondla next election, it's not about who come with the best policy. Because people were there with the best policy before, they couldn't move us anywhere. It's about the number of electorates, how structured Where do you have your base at? Because technically, near you, the African election on bowling up. Even the Senegal one, we are saying is a young president, is this and that. He had a base in Casamas. It was a guarantee for him. And then instances, it happened to Melan and Banco, they are fed up. Gambia is saying. So, Ningo Ngata election, the formula is there, and more after to avoid it, well, and that formula is we need to coalesce around anybody who has the political base and structure and the number to take Adam Barrow out.
AGTV lemba for nyadi AGTV. Tonyen Drobula, mbina le continue de ya kana worry. It has a continent.
Yeah, Nimo start to discuss that. Fonko, we are looking around, best English word, best policies. A regular Gambian is not interested in that. At the end of the day, they're going to look around who is likely going to win this election. And we have seen that over and over. They'll go and vote for that person. And then those who are diehard to other political party, they will say, regardless, if we are not going to win, we're still going to vote for our political party. At the end of the day, who comes between us is the man in charge. And that will always continue unless Gambians accept the fact that to win an election, you have to have a following, you have to have electoral, you have to have base, you have to have structure. It's not all about policies. PDOIS talk about policies for years. Are you guys telling me that President Jammeh have APRC have best policy than UDP and PDOIS? No, but they keep winning. Are we saying that last election NPP has the best policy than UDP and PDOIS? No. But guess what? They have the apparatus in place. They have the following. They have the numbers. And they still have that. So if we want to challenge them, we have to use the same thing against them. We have to coalesce around a party that have the numbers, the structure, the base. But if we want to say,